Ba 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 ba. Why do I do that? Ba 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 ba. Ba ba da ba ba da. It's just how I open streams. Bataga. Bataka batata. Bataka da bataka. Do do do. I can't see chat yet. If anybody is here, I doubt it. We're going live. Perfect. I meant to copy that. Oh no. Hopefully I'm not sitting outside. Oh shit, I'm sitting outside. Whip. 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 Sunny days, sweeping the clouds away. Why would you do that? At YouTube pings, notifications. Sorry about double poing. Boom. Alrighty then. Oh, nobody's here yet. I smell like Smeef. Alright, pinhead geekitos. Alright, don't worry. I live. Unless you were hoping I would die, in which case worry. Bum bum bum. What am I doing? I don't want to disturb my chickens. I should probably check on my crops. Hello there, acronite. Fennel plant. Well, yeah, when my fennel decided it was done growing, I figured it was going to take damage due to the cold. My rye is actually still fine. My flax is going to die. But you live and you learn. I will do no learning. Fucking hell, my turnips aren't growing. It's almost like everything's frozen over. Did I give you another sub? I don't know. That doesn't sound like something I would do. I've got no money. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Boom, boom. Hello there, Bojibi. Mitten mene. I am so old, so tired. Alright, so I need to make another prospecting fucker. But should we go grab halite and then make some food so I can start making my Miis early? Or should we come over here? Oh, just a heads up. I was unable to make my boat faster. And if you look up there, very high magnetite. So that shit's down there somewhere. Ignore the other prospecting I did in the area. I got some rye bread. Probably take some food with me. Oh, that's my crude shield. I don't actually want to be holding it, but I was wondering where it went. Bees, Zatu. The government is bees. What is that even from? I know that it's Hoopa's Twitch notification sound. Speaking of which, I need a Twitch notification sound. Somebody modify the Diablo animating a skeleton noise in such a way that Blizzard won't know that I stole it. Tomska? I don't know what that is. Hello there, Hoopa. Have you made your Mii yet? I won't be making Miis yet, because I've got stuff to do. I found iron, for example. But if this hurries up and turns on, I am prepared for making Miis. Currently, all I've got is Satu, Lysander, and Kama. Although Lysander is not the right Lysander. All of the Poeticas have yellow eyes. Boom. I mean, most of the Poeticas have yellow eyes. White Poetica has actually got, like, purplish pink eyes. I can't see if the mod I installed worked. Nope, it looks like it worked. Excuse me, Foxy. Oh, I don't want to hit you because, well, actually, foxes have always fought back. Raccoons fight back now. Yeah, so, foxes have, like, little, thigh-high socks now. It doesn't add anything, except, I guess, thigh-high socks. Let's go and grab a piece of brown coal. Boom. 2.4 hours. That's plenty of time. We got plenty of time. Alright, Hoopa. Lurk well. I'll be going after iron, so... pretty soon here I'm going to be further than you are in Vintage Story. I think you gotta play more Vintage Store. I also got a cough again. Also, my Avoli's eyes. Oh, it's staying open. There we go. When in doubt, just reset. Oh, Hoopa, send me a DM. I'll do what I can to recreate that me. Alright, for the meantime, I should probably put on some tongs. Boom. Grab my hammer. Oh, is that only going to come up to 600? I guess brown coal does kind of suck. We are making a prospecting pickhead. Boom. It feels like kind of a waste making prospecting pickheads. By hand. Ba-ba-do. I could have just poured the metal. Instead of damaging my precious hammer. Alright. I'm gonna put that back. Nope. Put this back. There. No, there. Copper shovel, let's put this outside. Boom. Oh, I've got a bunch of stuff outside. Satu, could you make a redeemable thing? Necrotic flux. For a roll in the Discord? No, because I don't know how to add rolls in the Discord. I would have to ask, Flufferland or Vicar to set that up. Because I don't know shit, dog. The only thing I know is that I know nothing. What would we even call such a roll? Something of a regular? I should probably eat some food. Let's go and make a pie real fast. For the purposes of exploring. Or rather, not exploring, but like... Oh, my stink bait's almost spoiled. Salt. Onions. Let's go and grab 16 of these. Perfect. Bee pie? No. I've actually got a bunch of pot pies here I could take with me. Might be smarter to do that. Since I've already got these. Do I have anything made in the pot? No. Alright, we'll make some stew for while we're here. How many onions is that? 52? Alright. What is my smoked fish? Did that ever finish smoking? Am I blind? What is it? I don't see anything in here that looked like smoked fish. Whoop. Perhaps it is still in the smoker. Nope, I'm stuck. Also, smoking is bad. Yes, that's what all my smoked fish is. I never picked it up. I think I brought it up, but I didn't, like, bring it up. I tried to find that mod. Art of Rally is so cool. Like what, rally driving? Boom. Give me this. Boom. Put that there. Boom, boom. It's a rally driving game. I figured there were rally driving games, but I've never personally seen one. Ah, da da da. Let's go ahead and light this shit up. We'll go ahead and fill up on this shit. Boom. And then take some pies with me for when we go mining. I should put my fish away. It's only fresh for 46 days in my pocket. Where fish belongs. But if I put it in storage, it's fresh for 4.2 years. Which is a tiny bit longer. Just a little. Alright. I should see if I've got room for my seeds in this vessel over here. I'm not worried about my rye being too damaged by the cold before I can harvest it. Oh shit, no more room for a spelt. I'm a tiny bit... there we go. I'm a tiny bit worried that it's not going to be ripe anytime soon. Or whatever we would call grain that's ready to harvest. I think that's still called ripe. Alright, where's my pickaxe? I'm going to want my spear for sure. Might as well finish this one off. Do I have any flax left over? I do. Oh, I've got a lot of flax left over. Sweet. Let's go move everything up here. This should be empty. Totally is. Boop. Was holding down the wrong button. Oh, there's quartz there. Boom. So how's everybody in chat doing? Are we having fun? Boom. Alright. Let's go ahead and get this in the cellar. Although with it being winter, I could keep food up there and it would stay fresh for a while. Let's see here. 510 protein, 300 vegetable. Boom. I do feel like fish stew, but I guess that's hottie fish stew, so it's like fucking 24 fish as opposed to the 12. Boom, you get your gum stitches removed. How are the teeth holding up? Boom, boom. I'm gonna put that there. Alright, what's in here? Rusty gear, bismuth lantern. And that's it. You empty now? Yes. Let's put you here. And put you here. Boom! Not significantly, but I've got more space now. Fuck yeah. Gah, I wish that I had better inventory management. Walnut ladders. I should probably bring more ladders with me. 13 is not nearly enough. Do I have any walnut planks? Well, actually, I know the answer to that question. I should bring my knife with me just in case. I'm going to have to find my pick. Rift activity is low, although with how long it's going to take to sail over there. Hopefully nothing disturbed my chickens. There is a good chance I just disturbed my chickens. Although if I did, they didn't make a loud noise, so maybe they're fine. Alright, a couple more ladders. Let's be very careful not to disturb my chickens. Acronite, you should totally get into Vintage Story. Oh, it's a very fun game. Or Vintage Store, as Hooper calls it. Currently, I'm just kind of goofing around. I guess that's not entirely true. I'm not just goofing around, although I am definitely doing that as well. Alright, prospecting pick made. Yoink. This guy's almost broken, but that's what this guy's for. If this mining trip is successful, I will never need bronze, tin bronze again. What am I down here for? My pies. Alright, we're off We're off to see the wizard. That's fair. I've got a bunch of Steam games. I'm not even entirely sure where it came from. My guess is Humble Bundle. 1 second. In FF14, I enjoyed Final Fantasy XIV. I just stopped paying for it because I stopped playing it. I unmuted yet? Yes, what good. I've got too many tabs open. Which is normal for me. Okay, we're off. My boat's not any faster. I could have gone live like 20 minutes earlier than I did. But I was trying to make my boat faster, and I failed. I would have to fuck with the JSON file. But the problem is that fucking with the JSON isn't permanent. So if I roll back my save so that I can play with Hoopa again, I would lose my speedboat. Boom, you know what I don't have is a stick. We'll have to hope there's a stick somewhere on the island. Jason! I don't know who the killer is, but I should totally play Heavy Rain. Lots of people have played Heavy Rain, but nobody's ever watched me play it. Heavy Rain is a David Cage game. Same people who made Beyond Two Souls. And I think Detroit Become Human. Did David Cage have his fingers in that? Let's find out. Oh, did David Cage make Detroit Become Human as the first? Yes, he did. David Cage really wants to be like a film director, but he keeps making video games for some reason. I wonder if I could make Miis using the OBS preview. It would be on slight delay. It's also blocking my map. Go ahead and edit a Mii. Lysander should have yellow eyes. That's not hard to fix. Calera. We'll go ahead and give Lysander the shades, so like more of a gold. Boom, boom. Lysander is done. Is there a way to copy a Mii? No, I do not see a way to copy a Mii. So Lysander and Leander are twins. They just part their hair different directions. So I'll just have to copy Lysander. But honestly, I don't know. I think trying to make Miis while playing Vintage Story is a good idea. Is it cutting off the bottom of the message? Give me a second. Multi-chat. There we go. Or not. Still doing it. There we go. Where? Well, the problem is I'd have to move my microphone as well. Because if I'm looking at the television, I guess I could actually make Miis using the preview. It's not going to be ideal, but it could be done. As long as I don't crash my boat. Do 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 do. Now that delay is going to make making Miis impossible. The sun, it's got a smile on its face. Do do do. Create new. Create from likeness. Copy a me from Amiibo. I could do that. Let's go and start from scratch. I'm going to make Lars. I'm going to be fucking with these Miis quite a bit once Miitopia comes out. Or not Miitopia, what the fuck? Tomodachi Life comes out. Color. Go ahead and make. No. Lars is pale. Eyebrows. What are we feeling for Lars? Actually, that's not on a delay. I don't know what I'm talking about. If I was trying to make a me with the stream itself, that would cause problems. Let's see here. Problem is that these are all Pokemon protagonists, so they're very confident. Boom. Did I get turned around? No. Yes. That'd be a funny reason to get lost. It's like, how'd you get so lost? It's like, I was making a me, don't judge me. Yeah, position. Gonna bring it down a little bit. Gonna bring it back up. Ba 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 ba. Lars is one of my own characters. I've got a whole family tree in Pokemon. They're basically a bunch of monotype ghost trainers. Do-do-do-do. Eyes. What eyes does Lysander have? I wonder if it wouldn't be worth it to just modify Lysander. Because Lysander and Leander are twins. And then Lars is their younger brother. Boom. I could always make Yurei. Yurei is not, like, related to anyone. Well, that's not technically true. Yurei was adopted by Satu after Yurei's parents were killed in a car crash. By God. No, it's a couple years old at this point, so it's not very good. But I've got a Let's Play of Pokemon Soul Silver that I'm really proud of. I definitely recommend that everybody watches it. Boom ba dum. Is Hoopa playing Miitopia? What the fuck is that? Does Miitopia? No, Miitopia's got a demo. Do-do-do-do. Hoopa made like a little gremlin in Miitopia. Very funny. We're almost at our destination, although I want to be on this side of it. It's gonna suck if I die out here, because then I'm going to have to swim all the way back. Pinhead Kikitos. Almost coughed before successfully muting because I pushed the wrong button. Whoop. Alright. Oh. Nope, gotta go a bit more north. Would be cool if I could see. Yeah, but it's also not unusual for me to be screwing around at night. So of course I can't see in the game. I can see really well in the dark IRL, so it would be nice if my Evoli had a bit of that. Honestly, I'd rather be like Nocturnal. Do I want to just dig into the side of the hill? As long as I'm digging roughly where I prospected the first time, I'll be good. Although I'm going to have to get up there. More fire clay. Is any of this branchy? Yes. Stick acquired. Boom. Alright. Now I don't have to go up there. I think here is probably a good place to start my operation. Boom. Alright, let's start digging down and hope for the best. I should really make a lantern for my boat, so I don't lose it. Oh, one second, I gotta cough again. I hate how phlegmy I get. Alright, so the reason we made another prospecting pick is because we're going to want to, like... Have I played Voices of the Void? I totally have, not recently. Yes, if I crouch, I fit no one by one. Whoop. The perks of being a small bird. Oh, there's quartz in the way. Out of curiosity, is there... Oh, I can already hear a shiver. But if I can hear a shiver... I mean, obviously that's quartz. Is there any silver or gold? No. Trace amounts? The fuck are you talking about? Oh, that's the silver. There is silver. What the fuck? Apparently I can't read. But nobody is surprised by my illiteracy. I kind of want to dig around for the silver, but that's not why we're here. Let's enter the Iron Age, and then I can screw around with silver. Boom. We must find iron. How deep am I? I'm actually pretty high up still. There goes my pickaxe, which means we're down to this one. Just gonna dig out this way. Boom. Node search. No ore nodes nearby. I'm gonna have to be careful digging around like an idiot. For all I know, that's what I wanted to put the ladder. Ooh. Well, this is not what I want to be. Hello. I don't want to lose my cave entrance. I guess I'll just poke my head down here real fast. Saltpeter! That's not why we're here, though. And there's also saltpeter closer to home. So rather than die... Alright, now let me lose my cave entrance. What is this? Loose flint? This far underground? That's odd. Okay, there's nothing over there. I'm just waiting to be one shot by a bowthorn. So let's go ahead and start digging back downwards. Oh yeah, I didn't prospect. Although I feel like if there was iron there, I would have seen it. Also, I do hope you feel better soon. Maybe Estonian. I'll be periodically making some very generic-looking Miis. Not right now, obviously, since this is not what I would call downtime. Eventually, I would like to get... set aside some time to get people on the server designing Miis, because Miitopia comes out. Basically, at 9 PM tonight in my time zone. I'll be at work, so I can't benefit from that. But I think it would be cool to have people from the community on the island. I'm also going to have people from the Asexual Aromantic Spectrum Discord. Did I say Miitopia again? No odd nodes nearby. Tomodachi Live. But yeah, I'll also have people from the Aromantic Asexual Spectrum Discord. But obviously, everyone there is aromantic and or asexual. What we need are chaotic bi people on the island. So I'm going to have most of my random original characters be bi for the sake of I don't know, drama? Just something to do? No order nodes nearby. Bo-ra-ba-bo. Boom. Obviously, Sato is going to stay asexual, since Sato is basically myself in set. Also in the Poetica family tree, Sato adopted Yore, simply so that the bloodline could continue without Sato needing to have a kid somehow. Just showed up. I also want to name random Miis after, like, faucets and shit at my workplace. But I feel like it might give away where I work. Because you'd be surprised how many faucets and things have, like, human names. Oh, magnetite, medium amounts. That's what we're here for. Boom. It's probably down, but I'll check up first. Yeah, we can have random, like, media characters like Hatsune Miku. Why not? No, it's nearby. But there's a toilet that we sell called Edgemere. There's no way we're not going to make like a vampire-ass character named Edgemere. It has to be done. Ooh, very large amounts of magnetite. That being said, I don't want to veer off of this path. We can try to make Fat Horse. I would like to play Miitopia, as well as Tomodachi Life, maybe down the line. Oh, shit. Well, I guess I don't have to prospect. How much space do I have? Quite a bit. Also have a basket on me for some reason I can get rid of. But in Miitopia, you get access to a horse. So I feel like people would riot if I do not make Fat Horse be our Miitopia mount. Oh, sweet, it's rich, too. Let's go and grab all the iron ore that I can, without dying. I think grabbing 8 pies was a bit overkill. But yeah, once we get back home, we'll use the time that this is going to spend in the bloomeries as an excuse to make Yore. Problem is that with a lot of my characters being Pokemon mascots, they're pretty bland looking. A lot of their personality is going to have to come from fun Tomodachi Life stuff. But also the Tomodachi Life editor is so much better that I'm just kind of making basic facial structure so we can make them look better later without creating the Miis from scratch. I didn't hear about the ROM. I do know that people were receiving it early, like their physical copies. Boom. I don't pirate Nintendo Switch games. Not because I wouldn't, but because I'm too stupid to figure out how. With my luck, I'm going to get a cease and desist from Nintendo. They're going to sue me out the ass, and I've got no money. I'm going to work at a hardware store. And I make pennies streaming. Speaking of pennies and streaming, I wonder how Penny's doing. I know that she was not able to play Carry the Glass this week. I always get super nervous when I'm tunneling around like this. Because drifters can spawn just on top of me. Oh, rift activity is calm, so they're not likely to do that. But they can do that. Oh yeah, I think we're going to be pretty much set. Doo-doo. I wonder how much magnetite is around. It really is just a single layer, huh? I know that ore spawns as discs in this game, but this feels a little flat. Mm. I'm hoping for the best, but I should probably prepare for the worst. Make the stair or the ladder way up. Just in case I am killed by something down here. With this only being a block tall, I don't think anything can spawn. Except maybe the crawling shivers or drifters. But just to be safe, I'm gonna go ahead and build the ladder real fast. Also eat one of my pies. Delicioso. Boom. Alright, so here is probably the best spot for the ladder. Boom. Hopefully I brought enough. I'm pretty deep underground. I should have made more ladders, but I got really lazy. I don't think I made enough ladders. I can get out of here, it's just not going to be easy. Probably use that. I hear a shiver, but I don't know where it is. Why did I not make more ladders? Except that I'm stupid and lazy. Actually, I already explained why I didn't make more ladders. Alright, from here. We'll go ahead and just tunnel upwards. I think as long as I land on the ladder, I can survive falling from up there. But honestly, I should be allowed to climb walls, like as a treat. Let's see here. How? That's not too bad of a fall. I'm going back down. We'll take advantage of this calm rift activity to try to collect as much iron as I can. And if I break my pickaxe, we're screwed. That's the long and the short of it. Oh, why can't I crouch? Ooh, there's more iron up. I kind of don't want to be digging up right now, though. We'll collect that on the way out. Unless my pickaxe is about to break. Honestly, I'm probably going to need another hammer. I should probably just make a couple of blooms first. And then from there, I can make like a hammer. No, wait, what? Also have to make Hugh Morris. Do I really? Why do we want that? I guess we could make Hugh Morris a disaster bisexual. I did just say we need more disaster bisexuals on the island. Oh yeah, this is a lot of iron. I wish I'd brought a bunch of sticks. Just to be safe, I could have made ladders. Now I have to sit here and watch my temporal stability. Well, not that. I'm watching that too. I have to watch my pickaxe's durability, because I'm going to have to be able to dig my way out of here. I guess if I dug out into the ocean, at some point I'll be able to just swim up. Is that all that iron on one level? The game spawns ore in discs. It's usually not this flat, though. There is some on the level above. But because I don't want to open this place to monster spawns, I decided I was going to get that last. Boom. Conveniently, because I can crawl through 1-block gaps. I'm saving so much pickaxe durability. Not needing to dig too tall just to be able to walk around. I feel bad for the people who are willing to play as skeletons and do my mining for me, because they won't be able to do this. But they will get bonuses to mining that I simply do not. There are ore blocks on other levels. Just not a lot of them. I saw one of them earlier. Activity is still calm. Okay, never mind. It looked like I was still soaking wet. And it's like, I know I swam, but like, that was a while ago. But yeah, we're going to make an iron hammer, probably an iron pickaxe. I've got fire clay. We can learn about tempering as well. I don't care too much about tool speed. Like, it's nice when the tool is faster, but I don't need it to be. If I can make all of my iron tools have improved durability, that's what I'm going to do. I care way more about durability than speed. Which I think is that movie with the bus that cannot dip below like 66 miles per hour or something. I should head back up pretty soon here. Not only is this enough iron to last quite a while, but my pickaxe is on a quarter durability. I hear a shiver as well, but it's probably not down here. Considering there's not room for it to stand up. But yeah, if you look here, there is iron on this level. Above. Where exactly is that shiver? Maybe I'm just being haunted by shiver noises. Do-do-do. Keep climbing. Have I seen the Swedish poster for that movie? I have not. Yep, that's a shiver. Doing shiverly things. Oh shit. I need to be more careful. Or less stupid. One of the two. Almost did it again. Ba-da-ba-bo. Just says funny stuff. My favorite is this Swedish word for end. There's a funny sticker of Little Miss from Moomin Trolls holding up a sign that just says slut. Oh shit. Oops, sand. Hell yeah, this is what I was looking for. Probably wondering, Satu, why are you trying to get into the ocean? Nope, swim. Gonna have to create a cave in. There we go. Oh. There we go. Was just barely able to escape. I can't. The current. Alright, I'm not trying to throw rocks at my boat. Oh, actually, get out of here, andesite. Let's go ahead and head back. I've got more iron than I know what to do with. Water is indeed a little bit wacky. It would suck if this game played by like Terraria rules, where because I just did that, my cave floods. Like, don't get me wrong, I can hold my breath for a good couple of minutes. Or my volley can, anyway. Do-do-do. Let's go ahead and open up. Boom. It's too small for me to actually see what I'm doing, unfortunately. Let's go and start from scratch. Yure is a female. Last I checked. What did Yure look like? Not a lot of head options. Boom. There we go. Eyebrows. Yurei is a ghost Pokemon trainer. I mean, most Poeticas are. Me making. Boom. Eyes. Let's see here. We'll give Yurei these eyes. Now we'll make them a little bit larger and then see where we go from there. That's too much larger. Is there really like no in between? Look at that, she's boggling like a rat. I don't know, we'll go slightly larger. Down, there we go. Color, all Poeticas have yellow eyes. What yellow are we filling for Yurei? This is my Pokemon Legends Arceus character. I feel like that's probably fine. We can give them more details later. Not a lot of good noses. It's probably fine. Mouth. Definitely not a lot of good mouths. Really, this is it for the mouths? Perfect. My Miis are going to look so bad, except the Miis that other people make. No facial hair, no moles. Gender's probably fine. There are more than 2 of those, but... Hairstyle. Yurei's hair will be a lot easier to do in the game itself. Yeah, it's probably fine. Color, show more. Boom, perfect. Favorite color. All of them, their favorite color is purple. Let's see here. I know that Yorei's got a fancy little character in it, but what is that fancy character? My brain already forgot. What to do? It's a weird little line over the U. Got it. Y. It's in here somewhere. Is it? Yes. R. E. I. There we go. Yurei Poetica. Boom. Perfect. I should probably still be able to see the game. You know, just in case. Alright, what other characters should we make? I just don't want to be making a bunch of Miis. Right. Probably going to scrap half of these. And then just use the get help feature that Miitopia has. Not Miitopia, Tomodachi Life. Create from likeness. Ooh. This is unhelpful. More options. More options. Yeah, let's go and make Edgemere. Well, that's a face only a mother could love. Let's see here. We could make white. Yeah, let's go and make white Poetica. Let me look at the map, see how far we've got left to sail. My boat is getting a little chilly. We're about to make land, but not about to make land. We'll make white Poetica while we wait for the iron blooms. Some of those are pretty cool. I'm just really bad at making characters. Like, if I'm playing a game with a character creator, like a Monster Hunter or whatnot, I can pretty confidently make a Satu, but I can't make other characters. So what, Yurei Poetica is one of my own characters. I don't know what the fuck she looks like. Boom. Do. I wish my boat was a little bit faster. To Aussie. I've got a bunch of original characters, but like most of those are just Satu across different games. It's all the same Satu though. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I got a good amount. Rich crystallized chunk of magnetite. I'll hold on to the bauxite, because you can pulverize it in a crushed bauxite, which is an ingredient for tier 3 refractory bricks. There's a murder mystery. Nice, nice. I think train murder mysteries would be fun to write. Reginald R. Cheese. Throw the cheese. Oh. My character was trying to throw rocks instead of, raising the sail. Silly, silly me. I don't know. If you ask me, Reginald R. Cheese. Bit weak. I was bullied in school and I never murdered anyone. Yet. I'm joking. I won't murder anyone. Alright. Gonna grab my hammer, which is not in the best shape. Alright, perfect. I'm gonna put my hammer back. Let's get a couple of bloomeries going and then work on a white Poetica. That's not white like the color white. It's white like the ghost. W-I-G-H-T. Not all Poeticas are named after ghosts. Just 2 of them. At least that I've currently made. That was that. That was a deer. Wow, my rye is really taking its time. It might even get too cold for my rye if it doesn't hurry the fuck up. Alright. How's none of this done? I get that it's damaged by the cold and will probably die, but... that's a skill issue. Alright. Go and get 2 bloomeries going. My inventory is full of shit. Boom. 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 Get that out of there. Perfect. I'll pick that back up once I've got this all set up. Don't worry about the snow clogging it. Not an issue whatsoever. Alright. Like I'm like, it's not an issue. And then I uncovered it anyway. Mm, 120. There was a short story that I read. Not exactly like that, but it was about these 2 guys who were like buddies in college or high school or something like that. And they agreed to meet at a very specific place, like 10 years later. And one of them was a cop, and the other one was like a very notorious jewel thief. I personally couldn't be friends with somebody who aspired to be a cop. I work with a guy who wants to be a cop. And, like, he's a good kid. And there are no good cops. So I'm hoping that he, makes different life goals. I mean, there are people who start out as good cops, but they tend not to stay good or cops for long. Either they become corrupt, because the system itself is corrupt from the ground up, or they just don't be cops. In fact, a lot of cops who, like, were whistleblowers, so they told on other cops, are being protected by the mafia. Because cops are criminals and, like, we'll hunt them down. Anyway, let's fucking go. It would be nice if we could get some music here. Face. Let's see here. I like the chin. I hate how tall it makes the head. Yeah. Basically, the guy who met his best friend was like, recognized him because of the scar. But he couldn't bring himself to arrest him. And so he basically just called somebody else to do it. Let's see here. White Poetica. More eyebrows would be nice. Position. Just gonna give him like weirdly high eyebrows. Not wide. High. Actually, so let's make them small. Further apart. Rotate. And bring it down. White Poetica's hair color is surprisingly in here. Gonna have to give white. Let's see here. I think white technically had a bob. Not like that. Will probably be easier to give him hair in Tomodachi Life as well. Peony head Kikitos. Almost lost that sneeze, but I got it. I caught it. Probably good. Let's see what it looks like in White's hair color. Oh yeah, that's fantastic. I'm probably gonna change a lot of this shit when I'm able to do so. Mouth. Perfect. Do-do-do. We're going to make white a bit taller. Thinner. Bo-bo-bo-bo. Favorite color. Might as well make his favorite color pink. Eyes. Let's see here. What did white look like? It's not white like that. It's W-I-G-H-T. Like the ghost type. Or the ghost. Except the joke is that white is actually not even a ghost type trainer. If you watch my Pokemon Violet Let's Play, and you shouldn't, because I never finished it, white's a fairy type trainer. Although his starter was a Mimikyu, which is a ghost fairy. So he was set up to be a fairy type trainer. He just wasn't. I mean, a ghost. No, fairy. Furry is a type in the Too Many Types ROM hack, but I've not played that. I'd be willing to do it, but considering I'm a ghost monotype trainer, I don't know how funny I could make that. I'd have to use non-ghost types. What other Miis can I make? What time is it? Damn, it's only 4:48. If there was a way to just copy Lysander, I could make Leander right now. I guess I could make Mickey. Or Miki. Go and create from scratch. Female. Face. Well, let's go ahead and just keep this one. Nope, that's too large. It's too broad. That's funny, but not what I want here. I don't know, the head shapes are just too weird. We'll just keep the default for now. Miki does not need 5 o'clock shadow. Now we'll go ahead and keep Miki pale. Boom. I'm also going to need some people of color. However, as a white person, I don't know that I'm the best suited to make that. No furry type trainer. Yeah, there is a way to edit these in Tomodachi Life once it's out. I'm just basically setting the groundwork. So I'm probably going to still spend a lot of time screwing with these Miis in Tomodachi Life. But the more I do now, the less I have to do then. Let's go and see what these look like in the Poetica yellow. Oh yeah, it's impressive. Let's go and bring them down. Probably not fuck with that too much. Why is it that I want to make this a tiny bit larger? No, it's either, you know, a little bit small. Well, this is pretty large, arguably. But if I want to make it even a tiny bit larger, nope, it's much larger. Oh yeah, that's horrible. Almost a fan. Well, I never actually did a Let's Play of Pokemon, I want to say Y. But this is my character for Pokemon Y. It is also my actual mother. My mother's character is Miki. Yeah, let's go with no glasses. We'll go with no glasses. Of course, my mother has not played Pokemon. When she made Miki, she was in Animal Crossing. I suppose we could also make Valo. What eyebrows should Miki have? Boom. Gonna make them color also black. Perfect. Where's height? Body, here we go. My mother is actually really short. Perfect. We'll go ahead and make Valo. Real quick, let me go ahead and check on my iron blooms. I just started those, so they're not done. But I am impatient. Darn it. Look at that. Also, there's a rift right here by my tree. SMH my head. Let's go ahead and eat a pie and then put the rest back. And while we're here, we can go ahead and eat that stew I made. Boop. I might as well stack those. Grab some stew. Delicioso. I'm gonna go ahead and have people make Miis, including you, Acronite, if you are interested, later. It's going to be a difficult, or it would be a difficult thing to stream. At risk of disturbing them, I want to see if my chickens have laid their eggs yet. Or no, not laid their eggs. Would you all fucking brood already? Let's see here. 11 hours. Alright, I'll feed them again so they start to brood. And then I'll leave them alone. Look at all those piglets! Oh shit, this is not what I want to be. Look at them, look at the babies! Anyway, let's go ahead and get some grain to feed my chickens. Batman does indeed brood, but a brooding hen is one that's like all puffed up and sitting on the eggs. They also are usually pretty cranky. chickens kind of have to like and trust you for you to be rooting around, stealing their eggs. That's a pretty fucking big rift. Oh, I guess rift activity is high. I kind of want to feed my pigs, but there is no reason to fatten them up. Here you kids go. Oh, whoops. It's okay to be down here. My chickens will not harm me. They might want to. I should probably have that somewhere I can get to it. Oh my goodness. Look at the babies. I just want to pick them up. Hoglet, piglet. It does all just say grey hog. New grey hog. I guess we'll find out when they age if any of them are large. Yeah, separating those is going to be a bit of a pain in the ass. I wonder if the animal cages mod is updated. Because with the animal cages mod, it will be really easy to separate the adults from the babies. If you ignore the several generations of incest, the only boar I want to keep is the large one. And then as long as I keep a couple of females around so they can keep making more babies, I'll have a good amount of fat and red meat and leather. Or hide. I can't make leather until I find a source of lime, which I've yet to do. I suppose once I speed up my boat, which I can do, I'm just lazy. Oh shit. It won't be hard. Like, we can explore this island. Let me just readjust in my chair. How am I going to make your Miis? I'll probably just share my Nintendo Switch to like a channel on the Discord. Probably the Terraria one or whatever. And then I guess we could probably do the get help feature in Tomodachi Life. So like you can just pick the stuff that looks most like you. And then from there we can like make more fine-tune adjustments. The most difficult part is going to be getting the voice right. Because while I can stream my Switch to Discord, I cannot both have my microphone and my Switch's audio. To do that, I would need to use a product or a thingy called Voice Meter, which I have for this purpose, but I never learned how to use. It's going to create one. One of the main appeals, of course, about making your Mii directly in Tomodachi Life rather than the Mii Maker is that you got more than just these two gender options. You really only have a third, but non-binary is pretty all-encompassing. Hopefully, they update the Mii Maker. It would be cool if they would just update the Mii Maker. Alright. Hairstyle, what seems best for Valo? Boom. That would be most appropriate. Valo's got longish hair. What hair did I give Satu, actually? I don't want to give Valo the same hair, although that would be easy to change later. Whoops. Alright, so Satu's got that one. Pretty easy to give Valo a different long hair option. Not in Pokemon, but among the Evoli lore, it is canon that Valo Aringan is Satu Porika, the bird's father. The bird father. Guess I'm just gonna go with black hair. We need better dark hair options. Not everybody has black hair. Darker brown would be nice. Or something. Doo-doo. Perfect. Color. Boom, boom. Yeah, we'll figure it out. The difficult part is going to be not catering to the Miis while we're just adding folks. Realistically, I am probably going to play some Tomodachi Life on my own. But, like, the ideal here would be that it's just kind of something we check out for, like, 25 minutes or whatever. Before I stream whatever it is I'm streaming for the day. Give folks time to show up. Somebody else I just gave these eyes. What eyes do we want Valor to have? And to be fair, there are more eyes. I could give Valor the same eyes as Leander and Lysander. I think Lars. No, I didn't make Lars. Did I give Yurei those eyes? Who did I give those eyes? Is something fighting a wolf out there? There are going to be Miis that end up with the same eyes. It's fine, it's fine. That's good enough. Eye color can probably stay black. There we go. The first stream, and maybe the second, will be full Tomodachi Life streams. But the thing about Tomodachi Life is that it's like it's kind of like keeping a Tamagotchi pet. They'll only want so many things a day. Kind of have to wait like several real-world minutes before a Mii asks for anything else. So while we're still unlocking stuff, that'll be exciting. Hell, I could probably do a couple of full Tomodachi Life streams. The first one's going to be. For sure. Boom, what mouth to give him? Fuck, we need more mouths. Oh, we'll just have him look all super straight-faced. Por qué no? Although I think Miki might have this mouth. That just looks terrible, though. We can make him a duck. Yeah, we'll go with the basic smile. Vala's a jovial dude. We can't have no mouth. At least in this. In Tomodachi Life itself, you can have a character without a mouth. In fact, it's kind of funny, because in the Tomodachi Life thing that I did, playing the demo, I made Slender Man, because it's funny. But there was that little thing... hello there, Chiari. There was that little thing where, like, the drinking fountain washes off the Mii's face. But it happened to Slender Man, who doesn't have a fucking face. So it was pretty much like a wasted event. Almost looks like Severus Snape. Snape. Severus Snape. Boom. Valo. Of course, the Valo Aringan is like all bright colors. I don't currently know what other me to add. Totally looking to be Snape. That is totally fair. It was White. I gave White those eyes. Kama's not actually my character. Kama is a buddy's character. Actually, Kama's not even my buddy's character. Kama is from this thing called Fate Grand Order, whatever the fuck that is. Okay, I've got myself, and then I got my streaming account. My streaming account I just use for streaming. Naturally. What the fuck? I've got me on my own family plan, though. I wonder what's going on out there. From the Fate anime series? Maybe. I know that Kama is supposed to be like a goddess of war or something. It has like 40 million sub-series. That could be it then. I do know that technically, Kama and Neko Arc are from the same, like, greater series. But they're not from the same sub-series. I don't know, I'm over here punching my, anvil. Productivity is low. I hear a shiver, so we're going to hide out in here. Shivers don't bother me too much. I actually like them. It's the Bowthorns I'm worried about. Darn Bowthorns always coming in here. Shooting me for some reason. Interesting. I thought I saw like a leg sticking out of there. You know what my buddy's really into? Are like object shows. In fact, I believe that Faye voiced a character in an object show where all the characters are like spiral notebooks and sticky notepads. But they've got characters of their own. But what is my temperature? My hunger rate is slightly advanced because it's cold. But I need the sun to hurry up and rise. Apocrypha. Boom, boom. I wonder why the moon's red. Hopping around. Now that I know there are cranberries in this game, I kind of want to go find cranberries. That was it. In fact, I found a bunch of cranberries. Boom, they're just pretty far from my home. And outside of watching the VOD, and not cranberries, raspberries. Outside of watching the VOD and figuring out where I found those raspberries, I'm unlikely to find them again. So it's like where he plays a stick figure. I don't know specifically about a stick figure, Souls like. There is Salt and Sanctuary. You're not a stick figure, but it does look like you're like a flat 2D person. Mattress. I think I've been here before. Ruined brazier. Yeah, I've definitely been in here before. I'm like, oh darn, that's not a real bed I can steal. Oh wait, what is it called? What's it called? I remember what you're talking about now. The Last Hero of Nostalgia. There we go. But I've played it in the past. Problem is that nobody watches me play it. I did really like that game though, so I'd be willing to play more of it. Pink apple. Problem is that I like attention from strangers. So I'm going to stream stuff. I need at least one person there keeping me company. Otherwise I'll get all sad. Like a chihuahua left home alone. I'll just walk around and whine a bit. Piss in your shoes. You'll never take me alive, wolf. Wild cranberries. It's dormant though. And cranberries aren't good. I want raspberries. I could make like raspberry jam and raspberry pies and raspberry wine. I'm not entirely sure why I decided to wander out of my house. Birch leaves. I think I wandered away so that the monsters could despawn. Although that's probably not an issue anymore. I can start heading back. I'll have to play more Vintage Story with Hoopa. Gonna have to find a time that works for the both of us, unfortunately. Hoopa and I are active. Relatively the same time. But I'm still at work when he usually goes live. Strawberries. Live the valley. Of course, we gotta figure out how to get this game for Acronite so that she can join us. The more the merrier. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh, I gotta get home, gotta grab my iron blooms, probably gonna have to heat them up. I've got the bellows, so I can start working iron, I just don't know how it actually works. Oh, whoops. Well, I heard a growl. So there is a wolf over there. Maybe that was a warning growl. And I get to live if I walk away. I'm super excited. Look at these. Oh. That bear gets to live, because A, I don't want to fuck with a bear currently. And B, I don't need another bear pelt yet. Could you go away from my fruit trees? I want to look at them. Anyway, the fruit trees being in that state currently, now where they don't have any leaves and are technically dormant, means that next year they're going to produce fruit. They're currently vernalizing, or however it's pronounced. Cherries kind of suck, but I do like cherries. Pears are not only really good in the game, but I think they're fucking delicious IRL. So I'm excited to have so many pear trees around. Could you imagine dying because you pissed off a bear by throwing a snowball at it? I died how I lived. Like a dumbass. Aww. Will mature in less than a day? I don't think it will. I think it thinks it will. It's weird that it doesn't say that they're dormant. I'm pretty sure it used to. Oh, I don't want to spook my chickens. Oh, I'm starving to death. So it's a good thing I headed home. Alright, what the hell? Where the fuck did you come from? It can probably get out of there, so I'm gonna go ahead and come in here real quick. Unless it can't get out of there. In which case, second bellows. Perfect. Alright, let's see if the bear is stuck. By stabbing it in the ass. How'd you get stuck in there? Oh, there goes my spear. Boom. Oh, shit. It killed my fox, which could be why it's in my hole. It went in there to kill my fox. It is a bit weird that it waited until it was almost dead to break free. Some bushmeat, bear pelt, some fat, whoop, bunch of bones. We should probably render this fat. And I think I need to start curing this bear pelt. If I'm going to use it for a bellows. There we go. Yeah, a lot of games or sound in this game are a bit much if they're like repeated a bunch of times like that. The sound design in this game is fantastic, but when I say that I specifically mean stuff like the music, the sound of stuff being ground up in a quern, waves gently crashing against the ocean. The aesthetic stuff. Not a bear grunting repeatedly because I'm stabbing it in the ass. Earthworm grunting. Boom. Let's go ahead and start. Leave this down here to cure. So we're going to be able to make another bellows. Go ahead and grab this. I'll leave that in there. Worst case scenario, I waste some fire. Wood. Iron blooms. They are not hot. It's kind of hard to get them. Ooh. Actually, no. Because that was 24. I only got 17 back. Boom, boom. Alright. Let's see here. Crafting, mechanic, smithing. Forge. Smelt ingots. Congratulations, you're now a master smith. I specifically want to learn iron blooms, though. Iron ingots. Working temperature. That's the smelting temperature. I want to know the working temperature. I don't know. It's just going to be trial and error. Do I not have more anthracite than this? I swear I've got more anthracite. I'm gonna have to find that. Boom. Did I put it in here for some reason? No. Yep. Excellent. We'll see what temperature it gets up to naturally, and then that's what the bellows are for, so I can bring it up to the actual temperature we need it to be to smelt. There we go. That's not what I wanted to put away, and you know it, me. There we go. Iron blooms. Perfect. I'm just gonna set this here. I'm still going. Hopefully, my first iron bloom I'm able to make into an ingot. Can I do something with this at this temperature, or is it too hot? Or too cold? Yeah, too cold to work. Boom. 800. Here we go. We'll actually see when it becomes too cold to work. Why am I at this weird ass angle? I'm so excited. I actually don't know enough about smithing to not fuck this up. Probably. Well, I know I've been playing this game for years, but smithing as a process has changed quite a bit. Boom, partially worked iron bloom. Boom. We're about to be in the Iron Age. Assuming anyway that this iron bloom has enough to work. It certainly looks like it does. But you know what they say about counting your chickens before they hatch? Alright, iron ingot made. Let's go ahead and just stack these for now. Probably wasteful to do that now. It's the sausage. I don't think the sausage is a thing. There is steel, but it's a pain in the ass to make, so I basically never bother. In real life, it's okay to just throw some cold anthracite on top of warm anthracite like that. Anthracite? Anthrocite? I think that this is the kind of coal they use to make furry swords. Do not believe in sausages. I don't really like sausage. That being said, it is fun to make with expanded foods. But expanded foods is not currently updated for 1.22. Iron making is so different now. First thing I'm going to make is a hammer. And I want to figure out how to temper it. I suppose I should see when it actually becomes too cold to work. And then try to, like, operate within there. Alright, so 700 is where it's gotta be, the sweet spot. Bring it up to 800. That's good enough. It's close enough for government work. It just cools really quickly. To be fair, I'm doing this in the middle of winter. I don't know if that actually affects it, but it would make a lot of sense if it did. Oh, already too cold to work. Why is your temperature gonna drop so fast? Boom, boom. Honestly, the bellows does actually make it more fun to do. It's more tedious, but it feels more satisfying in a weird way. I'm sure that once I'm making actual iron tools and not just ingots, it'll be better. Let's go and let that come up. See, I don't eat chicken or pork, is the issue. I've had, like, summer sausage, which is 100% beef, and it's not terrible. It's just not how I prefer to eat beef. And of course I prefer fish. Fish is my preferred protein. If I had a car, which I unfortunately don't, I would probably be eating all-I-can-eat sushi. I've never had fish sausage. It is a thing, though. And if I had a car, I'd probably be eating all-I-can-eat sushi every fucking day. There was a span where I spent like $400 in 1 month on sushi, but I was door dashing it. It would have been cheaper, and I would have gotten to eat more sushi if I just had a car. Probably would give myself mercury poisoning, but who hasn't? In 2025? Wait, it's 2026? I would remember that, but the mercury poisoning. Boop. Boop. I might take a break from making blooms and then figure out how to make a hammer. Because tempering is the thing that interests me the most. It was a salmon avocado roll. Avocado in sushi is pretty hit or miss. My favorite sushi roll does include avocado. But if like the avocado is not good, it ruins the entire roll. But I'm a bit of a fish snob because I eat so much of fish. But sushi's kind of hard to fuck up. It's not impossible though. Can't bring that over. Oh, it's too cold to work. The problem. I wonder if it's supposed to be cooling this quickly. Maybe if I had like a better forge setup. Set up my forge in like the fires of Mount Doom. If maybe my metal wouldn't cool so quickly. Just make an iron bucket, which I can with primitive survival. And then go underground. Alright, let me go ahead and pause the game while I look this up. Quenching and tempering. Quenching can be done with or without a layer of fire clay being added to the item. With clay, the durability will improve. Without clay, the power will improve. As shown in the tooltip of the item, when the item has arranged. The wet water is the only valid quenchant. Must swiftly bring the temperature down to below 100 C. Quenching does cause stress to the metal, form of a percentage chance to shatter if quenched again. Ferrous metal, iron, can obtain extra properties. With or without a layer of fire clay being added with clay, the durability will improve. What temperature, though? I guess I'll find out when I make the hammerhead. Boom, hammerheads aren't that complicated. Not that hammer. Not that hammer. 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 Iron hammerhead. Bop. Probably gonna have to bring this back in a couple of times. Look at that. It's already approaching too cold to work. Boom, boom. Alright, smack that in there. Tooltip. Quenchable, 800 to... Well, I want to temper it, which requires 500 to 700. Boom. Just gonna pull this back up. Quenching and tempering. Do. See here. Shift right click. Must swiftly bring the temperature down to below 100 degrees Celsius. Quenching does cause stress to the item. Quenched again. You can quench an item on an unlimited number of times, but the shattered chance will go up consistently. Well, the benefits gained will decrease in magnitude each time. Quenching, not tempering. Alright, so tempering will not increase the risk of breaking. Well, let's find my fire clay, I guess. Fire clay acquired. It's currently too hot. But it is cooling. Alright, shift click. Tempering. Layer of fire clay. Steel axe head. Yeah. Ashen, light brown, tan. Iron hammer covered in clay. Nope, not that. Not that. Or that. Or that. Ow. How do I cover this thing in clay? Let's go look at it again. Not temporal. Sorry, my brain's not working. Quenching can be done without fire clay being added. Shift right mouse. No, that's how you do that. How do I add the fire clay? Control N might tell me, or not. Let's take work item, which is not what I'm trying to do. Do I have to quench it first? Okay, quenched. Put that back in there. Let's see here. Fire clay, which I could have just clicked on the thing. Doesn't seem to have a crafting recipe. Take it back out. Okay, there we go. One iron hammerhead. So I gotta bring it back up to 500 to 700, and then quench it. I'd be lying if I said I was paying attention. Boom. Does it look like it has more durability? Still covered in clay. Should I have watched a guide on how to do this before I attempted it? I just did it. Heat the tool head to 1000 degrees Celsius. Quench it. When quenching with clay, you increase the head durability. Dunking the tool head in water barrel. To temper, you must heat the tool between 550 C. So either hold it in the air, no water, or set it down on the ground or table. Okay. So I cannot quench it while it's covered in clay. I didn't break nothing, but I also accomplished nothing, except wasting a tiny bit of anthracite. Sure wish that was explained. If it was explained, then I just didn't read it, because I yada yada'd the whole thing. Shut up. Right, it's now cold enough. I guess we just stare at it? It still has clay on it, yeah? Yes. I guess while we wait for that to cool, which I can do over here, we will work on more iron blooms. It is cooling, right? Yes. Wait, nope. Yes. It looked like it got hotter by 0.1 degree Celsius there, but I could be losing my mind. I'm probably just gonna do that a couple of times. I want the most durable hammer known to man. Or envy, I guess. But yeah, as cool as upgrading the other stuff sounds, I think durability is the most important thing you could possibly want to upgrade. Like, as nice as it sounds, having a pickaxe that mines a little bit faster, I would rather have a pickaxe I don't have to replace every 20 minutes. And all it costs is my sanity, some clay, and some anthracite. Boom. I'm not looking forward to making an iron anvil with this new system. Of course, I don't have borax, so I couldn't. But if I had borax, I'm not looking forward to making an iron anvil. Ooh. This might be actually our first failed, no, we should be good. It's too cold to work. Too hot to handle, too cold to hold. Easy trade-off. I do think that with smithing becoming a more complicated process, there will be people who like it less, and then there will be people who like it a lot more. I'm not having fun with it. I'm just really lazy. Alright. Yep. It's almost too cold to work again. Thing cools quickly. Sweet. Did not need to reheat it for a single anvil, or a single voxel. Again, let's not step on our 200-degree axe, or hammerhead. Boom. Alright. And up we go. You cool yet? Almost. But yeah, Vintage Story has incredible vibes. Like, Minecraft is more video gamey, which appeals to a lot of people, I'm sure. But the kind of people that Vintage Story does appeal to, it appeals to really well. What's Rift activity? Very high? Yeah, I'm not going outside. But why would I? Oh, when I'm in here, metalworking. Look at all my hot-ass ingots. Oh, whoops. Just zoning out a little bit. Who doesn't zone out? You need something called Asium. Alright. It's mostly harvested from bananas. Boom. You harvest all the potassium, and then you leave it in a pot until the pot is absorbed into the pot, and you're left only with asium. You can trust me. I'm a geologist or whatever. Alright. Boop. It's already too cold to work. So many iron blooms. Oh, sweet. As soon as this is done, I can continue my quest with that thing. Not a moment too soon. My hammer is about to break. So having an improved durability hammer sounds like quite the boon. Quickly. Saw off the voxels before it cools. Sweet. Pick this guy back up. Ah, it's still covered in clay. Gotta heat it up to over 500. There's a chance I'm doing this wrong. I'll find out later. Damn, those guys really want in here. Boom, what time is it? It's only almost 6. Somebody once asked, could I spare some change for gas? Oh, it's over 500. Let's go and bring this over here. Hopefully that's even working. Fuel for 1 hour. I'm probably done making iron blooms for now. I'm just hoping that this works. It's over 9,000! Quenching and tempering. Quenching does not. After quenching, the bonus obtained will be shown in the tooltip. Shadows during the quenching. Some material will be lost. Okay, so when stuff explodes, you don't lose all of it. Oh, here's tempering. I was looking at that wrong thing this entire time. Reduce the shatter of chance that quenching items adds. Similar to quenching, the tempering process involves bringing a workpiece to a specific temperature and then cooling it. It differs from quenching in that the temperature is lower, and the rate of cooling must be much slower than quenching. Allowing the item to simply cool in the air while held or placed is sufficient. Double will remain unchanged, however the quenching improved the power, it will also go down slightly. Cannot temper an item more times than it has been quenched. I don't know what I'm doing. I'll have to learn how all this works. We'll go ahead and let that cool naturally. Just so that everything stays above board. Weird, there's nobody in here. It's only 8 p.m. Which is not late enough to go to bed. Also, I've got all these hot ingots next to my bed. Who doesn't sleep with scorching hot ingots? I don't know, I'll have to learn how quenching shit works. Obviously. Oh yeah, 2 a.m., the perfect time to wake up. My hammerhead is cooled. It's also still covered in clay. Do I have a stick anywhere? Stick. What's brown and sticky? A stick. Boom. Let's see if my hammer works. Boom. Durability. It's probably the normal durability. I don't think that I did anything. Right. Let's hear. Iron hammers usually have a durability of 1800, so I didn't accomplish shit. I'm curious as to what increasing the power of the hammer would do. Would it just increase the attack tier? Also, why does it have an attack tier of 4 if it only does 2.3 damage? Could probably make an iron spearhead. Quench and temper that a couple of times. I do like how I'm like, oh, I'm gonna stop messing with metal. Unless... One can never have enough metal spears. Boom. Grab my tongs. I'll go ahead and put 2 in, since I'm really stupid. I'm probably gonna spend a good bit of time fucking with it. Here we go. I'll keep my iron blooms in a reed basket next to my hot forge. I do think it would be more fun if I was playing with other people. Give me somebody to feed and have other people do chores that I want to do. Like send somebody off to go collect the rest of the iron. Maybe look for the silver while they're down there. Oh, I've got 2 tins bronze ingots here still. Did I make those because I was going to make a lantern, or did I just make those just because? Boom, boom. I should probably put my jerky away. Yeah. Jerky fresh for 1.2 years. It's not very good food, though. It's just something to make. Alright, yoink. Smack you here. We're making a spearhead. Spearhead. It's in here somewhere. It's shaped kind of like a spear. It's an anvil top. Spearhead. There it is. Come on, Eileen. Something, something. Yeah, this spearhead's gonna require a good bit of fuckery. Already I have to reheat it. Almost. Yep, I have to reheat it. But honestly, having an iron spear, it's gonna be game-changing. Bring it back up to 800. Maybe a little bit higher. Boom. Continue my progress. I'm sure it'd been nice if I could have picked the orientation. It feels like all of this shit could have just been the other side of the ingot instead of having to move it all over. But what do I know? I didn't design the game. Doo-doo. Might as well bring these down. Actually, I'm gonna have to bring those back over. Bring one back over. No, I don't. Boom. Oh, too cold to work. I do think that Hoopa would be pretty interested in the new smithing system. I'm not going to say that Hoopa is bad at farming, since he's only been playing the game for like a year and a half in-game. But he doesn't need to get good at farming if I'm around, keeping everybody fed. Boom. Watch me fuck up my spear last second. Alright. Did it really just explode? I thought it can't explode the first round. Where are my iron thingies? I thought it said the first time you quench it, it can't explode. Right? I didn't think I was supposed to be able to do that. What happened to my iron nuggets? It said some material is lost. I should have little iron chunks in here somewhere. But it said that the first quench chance doesn't have a chance to shatter. I think. With or without fire being added, clay will double will improve. Without clay, the power will be improved. Okay, so I can increase durability, it just requires. Quenching does cause stress, in the form of percentage chance to shatter if quenched again. Bonus or penalties from the process. It says it's got a chance to shatter if quenched again, which to me sounds like it won't shatter the first time. Unless the chance is just really small the first time. And I lost the lottery. Come on, come up the temp. Alright, so if I quench it with clay, the durability increases. If I quench it without, the power increases. Got it. I will not remember that this information will not be retained. I'm sure I'm glad that I get to do this shit again. Gotta go fast, Sonic. I do think that once I get this to work successfully, it will be nice to have a really sharp spear. Just super attack damage. Boom. But we want a highly durable spear. Both sounds tempting. I was going to go for attack, but I might actually go for durability, just because durability is always good. Boom. Boom. Wait, what am I doing? I'm trying to cleave those off. Boop. Boop. It's about to become too cold to work. Alright, so I've got it. Don't understand what I did wrong necessarily. Can't put it in there yet. Can't put it down there either. So I guess I just wait for it to cool naturally and then I can put some clay on there? Or do I risk quenching it and having it explode again? But what the fuck are y'all doing in my hole? Honestly, we can't have shit in Detroit. Do we got little babies yet? Fuck yeah, we do. Look at them. Look at the little babies. I got so many little babies. It's a good thing I got them a lantern though, because the snow has indeed caved everybody in. What the fuck? Stop throwing rocks. Nope, still too hot. Too hot to craft. I don't want to end the stream early like I did yesterday. But also I need to do laundry and shower. So ending the stream early might not be a bad idea. I'm gonna risk quenching it. Sweet. Sweet success. Gotta get this done while we've still got an anvil. Let's bring it back up to temp. What I need to do is eat some stew. Oh, I'm out of stew. What I need to do is eat some pie. Whoops. I did not mean to throw the rest of the pie on the ground like that. Alright. Gotta bring it up, bring it up, bring it up to temp. I'm gonna try quenching it again. I could probably try quenching it twice, but I want to temper it in between the two quench attempts. Alright, I need to bring it up to like 850. A little higher. That should be good. Alright, don't shatter. Hell yeah. Times quenched once. Yeah, so it's got a shatter chance now. But it didn't have a shatter chance earlier. So I think it's fucking with me. Alright. Yeah, I don't think it should have broken earlier. Why did it break? Yeah, that definitely means it's working. But it means I don't think it should have broken earlier. It just decided to. Like a dick. Do. Let's see here. So an iron spear normally only has a durability of 400, but it's got an attack power of 4. Honestly, that attack is plenty. I might try. Currently, I'm not quenching it. What I'm doing right now is I'm trying to temper it. But I'm going to quench it one more time. And I think after quenching it one more time for durability, I might try quenching it for attack. And if it explodes, I'll cry about it and take a nap. Do. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Kind of want to feed my chickens again. See if I can get them to incubate more eggs. And it's not like I'm not waiting for that anyway. Grain. Just grab a bunch of flax. I'd like to feed my pigs, but they're probably going to try to kill me if I jump in there. I probably should have put the trough somewhere I could reach it, like I did with the chickens. Hello there, little chooks. Have some grain. The pigs aren't able to get pregnant again, but they do want me dead, so it would be dangerous to try to feed them. No, it's going to take like 7 generations of pigs. It's not 7, it takes like 5 generations of pigs before they trust me enough to be around the piglets. Which one of these is partial? You are. Look at my forge. Wasting fuel while I sit here and wait for my spearhead to cool. I can't cool it rapidly, though. I suppose while we wait, I can get... another one of these things going. Yoink. Boom, boom. Oh. Put it there. Put this here. That's not enough. Couldn't grab my hammer back. Yoink. Break another one of these. Damn, look at that. That took a huge chunk out of my hammer's durability. Alright. Now I need 6 charcoal, and we're gonna light it up. Where's my charcoal? I'm still on me. Going to have to make another charcoal pit. I think I can use anthracite for this, but I would rather use anthracite for forging. I am told that anthracite is actually one of the best for it. What did I just pick out? Put that back. You cooled yet? No, almost. But yeah, I can make an iron pickaxe, an iron knife, iron saw, iron shears. And we'll be rolling in iron. Not literally, though. That sounds pretty painful. Olen niin vitun väsynyt. Apua. I guess I can put my grain away. Oh shoot. Did I ever finish? Yeah. Protein 200 satiety, burn temperature 400 degrees Celsius. Or centigrade. You cured yet? 60%. Of course I don't need another bellows yet. Whoops. You cooled down to below 100? No. Almost. Almost. It'll be a while until I've got to make some iron tongs. Now that I know how quenching works, though, I'm more confident in my ability to make super durable stuff. Almost. Almost. Alright, now it should have been tempered. Covered in clay. The shattered chance is still 100%, or 10%. Was I confused about how tempering works? Tempering. Shattered chance of an item similar to quenching. Tempering rains, then cooling it differs from quenching. Maybe I don't put the clay on there if I'm trying to temper it. I don't know. This is a learning process for everyone. I was actually pretty good at learning things back in the day. Of course, I'm kind of stupid. Alright. No, we'll just quench it as it is. It is cooling pretty quick, but it's not like rapid cooling like I'm quenching it. I think that I just don't want that clay on there. So we'll just say lesson learned and try tempering it without the clay. Put that back down. I wish I could eat some salt. Eat the salt. Whoop, 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 whoop. Steel saw. Durability of 2,250. Impressive. I'm too lazy to make steel, so I would just be able to get an iron saw, which has durability of 900. So steel is quite a bit better than iron. We'll bring it up to 850. Couldn't quench it. Once we've quenched it, we'll try tempering it. Hopefully, I actually get the hang of it this time. Oh wait, that's almost 900. Alright, don't explode, please. Alright. Shadow chance 15%, durability plus 36.7. That's such a random fucking number. Alright, we'll bring it up to 500, take it off, and see if this works this time. I feel like I should be working iron blooms while I do this, but this is mostly just experimentation. Boom. Once my boat is faster and we can sail, I do look forward to trying to find some either lime or chalk. Alright, 500 degrees. Let's go and pull it off and set it on the ground. Check out my rye. Nope, my rye is not doing well. Even it is damaged by the cold. Although I figured that was a possibility. I just figured it would finish growing in time. Yeah, but no, I guess my rye... Oh, some of it's ready. Mature rye. Where is it? I thought I saw some mature rye. Could be seeing things. It's not like I need this grain. It would just be nice if it hurried up. Won't have this issue next year, because I will A, have a greenhouse, and B, I'll be allowing myself to use fertilizer. But the moisture is pretty bad, which could be where a lot of the issues are coming from. Some of the issues, obviously not all of them. I think the cold is the main problem. My plants need to suck it up, though. The cold is fantastic. I can actually probably get grain from some of these damaged ones. I just risk the, I risk not getting any seeds back. And considering I've got food for days, I'm gonna go ahead and just let them become completely damaged. Or finish growing, whichever comes first. 1.7 years, 1.6 years, 57 days. These really don't need to be in there. Some more rot. Witch's hat, which is a fun little mushroom. I'm a big fan of witch's hat. Looks very Halloween-y. Sleeping right now is a terrible idea. Oh, a heavy temporal storm approaches. Iron Spearhead. Time's quenched. I don't think I understand how tempering works. That being said, I'm committed to quenching this. Forge duration bonus. Surely with the bellows. I can bring this up. I do have that thing open where somebody's explaining how this works on Reddit. To temper, you must heat the tool head to a range between 550 C and 700 C. Maybe I didn't let it get to 550. Ideally performed in between... does take a decent amount of time to make a good tool head. Plus 7%. Quenched twice. Added 49% durability. Tempered twice. Quenched to shatter. What? Yeah, I'm gonna have to look more into this when I'm not streaming. Because I feel like my brain doesn't want to let me read all this shit. 600 Celsius. But from the sounds of it, people are like quenching their tool heads so many times. But this is going to be the last time I quench this one. Because I don't particularly care, and I don't want it to explode. Would have been really funny if it exploded just now, because I said something. Let's see here. Power gain, plus 7.1%. Durability, plus 36.7%. Well, let's go ahead and smack that on a spearhead. Or a stick. And see what the ultimately what its stats are. Attack power. 6.3 damage. Durability 400. I feel like that should have higher durability than that. Hardened plus 51% damage. But the durability! I upgraded the durability twice. Let me see here. Iron Spear's got a durability of 400. This one's got a durability of 400. It does more damage, which is great. But I upgraded the durability twice. I don't know. Honestly, this is going to be a pain in the ass to do using brown coal. Maybe it doesn't stack. Like I would have to upgrade durability or attack, not both. But it said that it still had the durability thing. I don't know, I'll have to look into it more when I'm not streaming. The problem is that there's all these things that I say I'm going to do when I'm done streaming, and then I do none of them. Not a one. Not that. I'm trying to put these in here. Boom. It's not letting me put those in the basket. It could be bugged. This is an unstable build, currently. I actually don't even know that I want to do this using brown coal. Brown coal's not very good. It's a pain in the ass to even get it up to 700, let alone 800, which is what I needed to be to start working it. Alright, we're going to go ahead and make a pick, if I can find it. It's in here somewhere. That's a hoe, which I'm tempted to make. Pickaxe head. Let's go and grab my hammer. It's probably already getting to the point that it's too cold to work. Gonna have to reheat it a couple of times. Alright. Perfect. Yep, already too cold to work. Smack that on there. It really does cool faster when you start breaking off chunks, huh? A little bit warmer. It's kicking the shit out of my bellows. Alright. Put this back down. Not that. I just start breaking off chunks of metal with my spear. And then I'll wonder why that 400 durability disappeared so quickly. It's like, how's my spear already broken? Alright, have a good one, Acronite. I'll probably stop streaming pretty soon here. Alright, don't break, please. Fuck yeah. Whoop. I'm gonna upgrade the durability twice. I do not care about attack power on here. I'm not entirely sure what bonus attack power on a pickaxe would look like. Should probably just let it come up to 600, which is what it will come up to naturally. We'll already finish. Oh, I hope I figure out what's going on with the spear. I'm done with the spear, so even if I do find out what I'm doing wrong, it's too late for the spear anyway. Put that fucking back. But it is an interesting system. I'm sure increasing the durability on anything made of steel would be a tiny bit overkill. What the fuck was that? I'm being haunted by, like, either my character's own arm or a ghost. Alright. Please don't explode. Sweet. Brings it up 16%. Okay, so it's random. Power gain 10%. I didn't touch the power, I don't think. Temper it one more time and hope it doesn't explode. Brown coal's kind of useless, so I'll actually put one more in there just to get this done. That's not entirely fair. Brown coal's got its uses. It's just the worst of the coal types. Can't even use it to make iron. Because you can just make charcoal. You can use brown coal to make copper and bronze tools, though. So, like, if you're too lazy to make a charcoal pit, but you really luck out with brown coal, like find a bunch of it on the surface, then you're pretty much already set. Alright. Now the grind to get this up to over 850. And then whether this succeeds or fails, and I'm hoping it succeeds, I'll probably go ahead and call the stream here. It'll be one of my shorter streams, but I've definitely had shorter streams before. I've just got stuff I gotta do IRL, unfortunately. In meat space, as the kids call it. As opposed to cyberspace. Alright, almost done. Would be funny if it exploded. Obviously, I'm hoping it doesn't. But what a way to end a stream, am I right? Almost. I'm probably gonna have to make another bellows. My bellow was doing a lot better when I wasn't using it. Alright. And quench it. Fingers crossed it doesn't explode. And it exploded. No! Alright. Well, that was a fun way to end the stream. It said some material will be lost. But it looks like all of the material is lost. Which is odd. Maybe it didn't say some material. Maybe I'm stupid. Let's see here. We'll just do tempering since I keep forgetting the word quenching. Yeah, it says some material will be lost. If the item shatters during quenching, some material. But I'm losing all of it. Unless I am not paying attention and I do get some of this back. But surely it would just be like iron nuggets at that point. I don't know. Regardless, I'm going to go ahead and call it here. Ending the stream in anticlimax because I broke my pickaxe. To be fair, I'm like, it would be funny if it ended this way. But I'm still not kind of feeling great from the other day. I should probably make some more Miis. When I don't have the stress of streaming and all that. Not that streaming's like super stressful, but somebody's gonna know what I'm talking about. I certainly don't. A wah 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 wah. Anyway, if you're hanging out, whether you're chatting or just lurking, I want you to know that you're appreciated. If you're watching this at some point in the future as a VOD, and have somehow watched the entire thing, then you have the patience of a saint and are equally appreciated. Like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and fizzity farewell. I can't imagine there's more than like 4 people here, but if there is, we're probably going to raid, so stick around.